WRFM News for our sponsor Guardia Jewellery, Toronto Town Square and the Esplanade, Warners Bay.
It's 2 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm Thandi Chindove with 2RFM Hunter News. The traffic standstill is continuing along the M1 Pacific motorway after a 49-year-old woman was killed in a fatal crash at Killingworth this morning. A B-double collided with a Ford Falcon sedan around 4:30 a.m., leaving one of two southbound lanes still out of action, with queues of up to 6.5 kilometers. The truck driver escaped unscathed and was taken to John Hunter for routine testing. Senior Constable Angela Corbett says it's believed the sedan was stationary at the time.
It's believed that the Ford was stationary at the time of the crash. The sole occupant of the sedan, a 49-year-old woman, died at the scene.
A salvage operation will be conducted this evening after the peak. The New South Wales government has suspended the Adamstown motel as a provider of crisis accommodation after considering the motel's history with drugs, gang activity and prostitution. This comes after the Department of Families and Community Services says they only referred single people or couples with no children to the motel, while former owners of the business have argued these claims. Current owner of Adamstown Motel, Connie Day, says she was aware of the children staying at the motel, but stresses it was a safe environment.
Well, we cater for them, but we don't actually have many children coming in TA. We have some permanent families, yes.
As residents around the Williamstown RAF base grapple with the toxic leak, the Department of Defence has revealed its change to an environmentally safer version of the firefighting foam which polluted groundwater. For decades, the RAF used foam containing toxic chemicals which have contaminated areas around the base, with at least 2 other communities around the country facing similar contaminations. The department has said the safer product has the same name, but a different formula which will allow them to contain, collect and dispose of it in a safer way. Singleton Council, along with residents, are trying to take action to curb the ongoing issue of bats in their town. The plague has troubled the Hunter Valley town for 15 years, with locals now looking to remove red tape preventing them from either relocating or eradicating the bats. Member for the Upper Hunter, Michael Johnson, says the local council is spending taxpayer money in an effort to solve the issue, but is being held back by the state and federal governments.
The local council has spent approximately $180,000 to date and is getting nowhere, and which is a waste of taxpayers' dollars. It's a waste of local ratepayers' dollars, and we need to obviously streamline the process.
2 Royal New Zealand Navy ships will be berthed in Newcastle Harbour for the weekend after arriving this morning. Tanker HMNZS Endeavour and frigate HMNZS Tika will take a break from conducting exercises with the Royal Australian Navy off the Queensland coast. Our neighbours from across the ditch will head back to sea on Monday. It's been 25 years since the University of Newcastle School of Nursing and Midwifery first opened its doors. The school will celebrate the occasion tonight with a gala dinner with special guests and alumni. The head of school, Professor Sally Chan, says the night will honour the contribution made by all members of the school since 1990.
We celebrate our achievement in education, and we also celebrate our achievement in research. Our innovative research contributes to tangible improvement in healthcare worldwide. 25 years, in fact, is a very young age when we look at the life of a university. But our school, although still very young, we have achieved a lot.
The Environment Protection Authority is urging Hunter residents to think about their food wastage in a video to mark World Food Day. According to the EPA, 1 million tons of food waste is dumped annually in New South Wales each year, while every month 100,000 people go hungry. The video, titled Feed People Not Landfill, showcases funding for equipment to enable food relief agencies like OzHarvest and Food Bank to handle more donated food. In finance, the Euros is up 46 points at 53.11, and $1 Australian dollar is buying 73 US cents.
Sport, thanks to our sponsor, Warners Bay Sports Club's Melbourne Cup Carnival.
The Newcastle Jets have the opportunity to make history tomorrow night against Sydney FC. In front of a home crowd, the Jets have the chance to win their first 2 games of the season for the first time. Last week's 2-1 win has them halfway there, and hopes are high for the rich vein of form to continue. Knights 5/8 Jared Mullins says he's happy to hand over key playmaking duties to incoming halfback Trent Hodkinson. The New South Wales half will play in the red and blue for the first time in 2016 after leaving the Bulldogs, replacing Tyrone Roberts. Mullins says he hopes playing outside Hodkinson will allow him to run the ball more while Hodko steers the ship. And former Hunters junior Ben Simmons is being chased by NBA scouts during his preseason training at Louisiana State University. In a promising sign ahead of the season, the 208-centimeter tall 19-year-old is said to be in the hunt for a number 1 overall draft pick based on his performances so far for LSU. 2 in your FM News Time is 2:05.